remember reading about Game 1 of the 1985 NBA Finals. In that series, you had the then defending NBA champion, the Boston Celtics, blowing the hell out of the Los Angeles Lakers 148-114, 34-point drubbing. And I remember reading that Gary Seasting, that came off the bench, was 11 for 11 from the field. And the year before that, the dynamic that changed the series was people were like, well, the Boston Celtics won that series because they made it a more physical series. The Lakers were a great team, but they were finesse. You could get them out their rhythm if you beat them up a little bit. And ultimately, the Lakers responded, got tough themselves in '85, and went on to change the dynamics of that series. After that Game 1 drubbing, they went on to win that series. They won 4 of the next 5 games and went on to win a title. And they won it at Boston Garden, the first time that any team, the first time that any time the Lakers actually had beaten Boston at Boston Garden, if I'm not mistaken, in the playoffs. While this isn't the same series, of course, the stakes aren't quite as high and the stage is different and the home court was reversed, but still, you had some similarities with this series. At Game 1, it looked like the Spurs were just going to beat the hell out of the Thunder. They beat them by 32. I think the first game was 123-92, I think it was, or 124-92. And it looked like, here we go again, the Thunder are probably going to lose in 5 or 6. But they kept their composure. And one of my subscribers mentioned this. He said, the only way the Thunder are going to win this series is if they start getting physical. Unnerve the San Antonio Spurs. Get them out their rhythm. And that's exactly what the Thunder did. And here in Game 6, I remember saying the other day when I did a video about Game 5, I said it's going to come down to which team comes out. Is it going to be a team that's going to be determined? Are they going to take care of business, or are they going to revert back to some of their bad habits? And this seems like a totally different Thunder team now. And let's be honest, they beat the hell out of San Antonio tonight, last night now, as I'm recording this. The final score of 113, I think, to 99, I think was the final score, or 114-99, doesn't really reflect the dimensions of this victory. Kevin Durant scored 37 points. Russell Westbrook had 28 points and 14 or 15 assists. I think Steven Adams had 15 points or 10 points or something like that, and 15 rebounds. And the Thunder look like a different team now. This looks more like the team that went to the finals in 2012. And congratulations to the Thunder, because they did something that most people didn't think they would be able to do, is beat the Spurs. Now, going to the Spurs, are they getting old? I think they are. And they tie the Dallas Mavericks of 2007. I'm trying to think of any other team on top of my head with a similar record. None that I can think of right now. But they tie at least the Dallas Mavericks for the second most wins ever for a team not to advance to the NBA Finals. The only team with a better record than those two teams, this Spurs team and the 2006-2007 Mavericks team, will be a 1972-73 Boston Celtics team, which went 68-14. That same year, Dave Cowens won league MVP, and what's his name? Won Coach of the Year. Tom Heinsohn. And they wound up, I believe it was in the Eastern Conference Finals, they lost to the eventual champion, New York Knicks, who went on to win the title against the Los Angeles Lakers, who the year before had won 33 games in a row and won 6-9-13 the year prior. So the thing is, what's going to happen, folks, is this going to be Manu Ginobili's last year? And I guess even more importantly, in some sense, does Tim Duncan retire? I listened to what he was saying. He's despondent right now. He struggled for most of the series except for this game. I think he had 19 points or something like that. Does he retire? I don't know. You can make an argument that he shouldn't. But from his own personal standard, the way that because I'll be honest with you, I look at Tim Duncan out there for most of this series, and I thought to myself, he's actually hurting his team a little bit rather than helping him. And this is the first year I've seen Tim Duncan where he actually looked old. I mean, I don't get me wrong, he's had last few years, he hasn't looked anything like the MVP caliber player that he once was, but he still was an effective player. But for a lot of the series I saw, I didn't see every game, but the games I saw, he looked old. So, I don't know. We'll have to see about Tim Duncan as far as his future is concerned. But the Spurs will still be a presence, but it has to be a letdown to go 67-15, tie the Boston Celtics for the best home record in NBA history, and not even advance to the Western Conference Finals. That's people can sugarcoat all they want to, but that's a disappointing season. And Jesse, I'm sorry. Sopa, sorry. Sorry about you guys not making it to the finals. I hope you guys will be able to beat the Warriors and win another title. But now, on to the next series. Golden State Warriors and the Oklahoma Thunder. I wish the Thunder well. I don't see how they're going to beat Golden State. The only thing I can suggest is that, maybe this is a series where Westbrook and Durant shouldn't just settle for jumpers. Because I always felt, from listening to players like the great Bill Russell, one way to beat a great offensive team is to throw them out of their comfort zone, of course, but you got to work guys like, Klay Thompson and Stephen Curry and Draymond Green. You got to work these guys. You got to make them work on both ends of the court. Get them tired. Maybe you need to drive to the basket relentlessly. Don't just settle for jumpers. Run around. Do something. Get these guys tired. I mean, it's target practice out there for these guys. And I was noticing, looking at Stephen Curry the last couple of games that he's been back. I think the last 2 games he's been back. He's not driving quite as much. And while he has hit a lot of improbable shots, he's settling for a lot of shots. I get the sense that his conditioning is not there all the way. If I were, I don't know if Stephen Curry will guard Russell Westbrook, but if he is guarding him, oh my goodness, Russell, don't settle for jumpers, man. Make this guy work. Make all of them work. I mean, do what you got to do. I mean, yeah, the odds are against you guys, but you guys are an NBA team. You've been there before. You guys have been to the finals. I know you want to go there again. You got to believe in yourself, and you got to not just settle for ISO. Work as a team. The same way you did with the Spurs, you can do it against the Golden State Warriors. They bleed like you bleed, and they can lose. They can be beaten, but you got to do it. You got to do it you got to play at A+ level basketball to beat this team. And if I sound like a homer in this video, it's because I don't like the Golden State Warriors. All right? They didn't say they weren't great. I don't like them. But tell me what you guys think.